Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okey, hari ini kita akan belajar cara untuk guna formula, okey, guna soap calculator untuk menghasilkan bar soap, alright. Body bar soap ya. Okey. So, saya akan share dulu skrin berkaitan dengan bar soap ini. Okey. Alright. Okay, hold on. Okay, so ini adalah cara-cara yang akan saya akan sampaikan. Sekejap ya. Okay, so this is the steps of making bar soap. Okay, so what you need is actually to understand the process, because you are the chemical engineering student. So at least you should know about the chemical reaction that takes place in the process of producing the soap. Okay, so we are talking about saponification reaction, where the fats will react with sodium hydroxide to give you the soap and the glycerin. Okay, all right. So what happened is that when you talk about fats, these fats can come from any types of oil, including animals' fat. Okay, but in your case, because you are going to produce bar soap, which is for the body cleanser, so you just need to have vegetable oil. Okay, vegetable oil. So do not use any waste cooking oil or animal fats. Okay, all right. So bear in your mind, just choose any vegetable oil. So we're going to discuss about the vegetable oil later. Okay, then you need to have sodium hydroxide, where this sodium hydroxide will be diluted into water. Okay, so you're going to prepare the aqueous sodium hydroxide. And then once you have that, later you're going to produce the soap with certain practical method that you need to do. Okay, all right. So the ingredient, this is the basic ingredient, which is only oils plus lye or sodium hydroxide. Sometimes they call it as a caustic soda. Okay, so in order to produce these bar soap, okay, you need to use soap calculator. Okay, so let me show you about the soap calculator. Okay, now before that, take a look of what you need for your production. Okay, so actually there are 3 types of oil that we can use. Okay, and you can have more than 3 types of oil, or you can have only 2. It depends on you. Okay, but you need to know the characteristic of the oil when you want to produce the bar soap. Okay, so for example, palm oil. So you have to use palm oil because this palm oil has certain characteristic to harden your soap. So when you talk about bar soap, your bar soap must be in the solid form. Okay, all right. So you need to have palm oil to contribute to the hardness of your soap. Next is about the coconut oil. All right, so you can Google later what is the function of these particular oils. Okay, so the coconut oils is for the in the production of soap. The coconut oil act as a cleanser to the soap that you produce. Okay, and it will produce more bubbles if you were to use coconut oil. Okay, because everyone likes to have a bubbly soaps. Okay, not if you don't have a bubbly soap, then you don't feel anything when you apply the soap on your body. Okay, and olive oil, for example, olive oil. All right, olive oil can contribute to the moisturizing moisture to your skin, okay, to make your skin smooth, okay. This is more suitable for the dry skin, okay. So you need a distilled water. If you don't have distilled water, also can, okay, no problem. Just use any water, okay, or drinking water to dilute your lye, okay. All right, next. So maybe you would like to add some ingredients to have the aesthetic values to your soap. Okay, for example, you can use cucumber, okay, cinnamon, maybe carrots, maybe sunflowers or aloe vera and so on. But when you want to use these particular botanical ingredients, okay, what you need to do is to make sure that you grate or at least blend, maybe blend the the vegetables that you want to use or the aloe vera. But for aloe vera, you need to take out the skin first, okay. So once you grind that, you are using the water, all right. So what you need to do is to put the uh, the solution that you have filtered, okay, into the freezer, okay. So just form that just make sure that it's become ice, okay. All right, so that will be contribute to the amount of water together with your ice, okay. All right, so that will be used in the dilution of sodium hydroxide. Okay, next is about this calculator, okay. So I'm going to show you about the basic formula, all right. So it depends on you whether you want to produce 500 grams of bar soap or you want to produce more, okay. So if you want to produce 1 kilogram, you just put key in the value which is 1000 gram, okay. And the types of lye that you're going to use is sodium hydroxide, okay. And you're going to measure your oil in grams, so you just take grams. And then for water, we're going to look for the lye concentration, which is 40%, okay. So you can actually, the range of lye concentration can lie between maybe 25 to 50%. So I like to use 40%, just a middle value, okay. And then the superfat that you're going to use, you can put there 1%, 2%, not more than 5% lah. So what is the function of this superfat? This is to make sure that maybe 3% of your oil will remain as unreacted, so that you can see the moisturizing effects, okay, on your skin, right? Okay. Then in the calculator, you're given so many types of oil. You just pick one by one and then click plus. Okay, click plus. All right. So when you click plus, the name of the oil will come out here. Okay. So then you choose the second one, the third one, the fifth one, and so on. It doesn't matter how many oils that you want to use. Okay. Then you have to state how much percentage that you are looking for, all right? For me, let's say I like to have olive oil, a soap made from a majority of olive oil, so I put it 60, all right? But my soap will be so soft, okay, in this case, all right? But if you want to have the soap which is much harder, okay, compared to this my formula here, you can just rearrange the value. Maybe you want to put palm oil as 40%, coconut oil 30%, and then leave you with the 30% of olive oil. Then the calculator will give you the measurement. Okay, I'll show you how you can look at that particular calculator. So you just search from the internet, okay, just Google, okay, just Google and then type soap calculator. Okay, so just choose this one. So you're going to have the soap calculator website. So this is your site. Okay, all right. So this is the moment where you choose sodium hydroxide. You choose grams. Okay, if you plan to have 500 grams, so just put 500 grams. If you want to have 1 kilogram, you just put 1,000 grams. Okay, and then for water, number 3, you just choose lye concentration. I like to choose 40%. Okay, and then for superfat, you can go up to 5. I just want a little bit, which is only maybe 3%. Okay. Fragrance, okay, you can use fragrance oil or you can have essential oil, but fragrance oil can stay much longer. Okay, even after 2 years, you can still smell the fragrance of your soap. But if you were to choose essential oil, it will not last longer. Okay, but it still gives value to your soap. Okay, and then let's say I put there about 20 grams. Okay, all right. Then I choose my oils. Okay, let's say I'm going to start with coconut oil. Okay, coconut oil. Just pick this one where this coconut oil has a higher boiling degree. Let's say just click positive here and it's come out there. Okay, and what else? Maybe olive oil. There are many types of oil. If you have these types of oil, you can put it there. Okay, where is it? Olive oil. Olive oil, you can put there, number 2. And then palm oil. You can use palm oil or you can have palm kernel oil. You can choose that if you want to. All right. The next thing to do is to make sure that you have this particular percentage. Okay. All right. Okay, coconut oil. All right. Let's say I would like to have my oil to be bubbly. Okay, just check. Let's say I put it 30% here. Okay. And then palm oil, I put there 40%. And then the rest of it is the olive oil, 30%. Okay. So by having that, take a look here. All right. What we have. Okay. Then you just click number 7, which is to calculate the recipe. Just calculate the recipe and then view the recipe. Okay, but before that, you can check here. Okay, which is number 5. You can check number 5 whether it lies on the category or specification that you would like to have. Okay, all right. So this one for the cleansing. For all, you have 20 points. This is 49, bubbly 20, creamy 28, and so on lah. Okay, itu je yang very important. Okay, let's say you're going to click here. Okay, just recheck the hardness. So this is your recipe. You plan to have 1,000 grams. Okay, therefore the amount of water you need to dilute your sodium hydroxide is 221 grams, 221.7 grams of water, and you need sodium hydroxide, which is 147 grams. Okay, and then the amount of oil is 1,000 grams, and the fragrance is 20 grams. So what do you need here? For coconut oil, you just measure 300 grams, olive 300 grams, and palm oil 400 grams. Total up to be 1,000 kilograms. So if you don't know how much sodium hydroxide that you want to use in order to produce 1,000 grams or 1 kilograms of soap, you just use this calculator and this calculator will calculate for you. Okay, so sorry. So you need to prepare this amount of water and sodium hydroxide. Okay, now take a look at your soap bar quality. Okay, if you look for the hardness, 29 to 54, yours is 49. So you are in the range of hardness that you would like to have. cleansing, yours is 20, the range is 12 to 22. So it's reached the specification that you would like to have. Sorry. For conditioning, because we put olive oil, then you can see it lies in this particular range. Bubbly also 20, which lies in the range. So it's okay. All right. So if you want to play around, you can redo again and print the recipe again. Okay. So you can, if you're satisfied with the condition or the specification of your soap, then you can proceed with the recipe. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the how you're going to make your bar soap. First of all, after you measure your distilled water and measure your sodium hydroxide, make sure you pour sodium hydroxide into the water. Okay, so make sure you use proper container because this is a very exothermic reaction. It can go up to 200 degrees Celsius. So make sure that you wear proper equipment. Okay, safety. All right. Okay. Next is to prepare your oils. You mix together your oils. All right. So after you dilute your sodium hydroxide, okay, you dilute your sodium hydroxide into the water. Make sure the condition of the solution is clear. Okay, crystal clear. All right, dia tak keruh. Make sure dia sampai clear. Okay. So don't keep this solution for 1 day or 2 days, okay? So once it is done, then you continue with your oils, all right? So you might want to reheat a little bit your oil, but not to heat until very hot, okay? Just reheat up to 40 degrees Celsius, okay? Just to make sure that they have about a good temperature for your oils when you mix with the sodium hydroxide. So when your sodium hydroxide solutions become a little bit cold, okay, let's say for it reach about 100 degrees Celsius, and then your oils is about 40 to 60 degrees Celsius, you can mix them together, okay? So what you need to do is you're going to pour the lye solution into the oil, okay, bit by bit, and then mix, okay? You can use whisk or you can use hand blender, okay, to mix them. All right. So once you have done that, okay, you observe the mixture become creamy, okay, a little bit creamy. All right, until it's become creamy. But you have to make sure that it is not over mixed, right? So there are two types of traces that can involve here. Okay, one is a light trace. Okay, you can see if you whisk inside this particular mixture, you can see the line. Okay, but if it's become solidified, means that you are over mixing already. Okay, so make sure that it's easy for you to mix to pour your mixture into the mold. Okay, all right. So this is the moment when it is done, medium traces is observed. You can add anything here, meaning that let's say you want to add Quaker oats so that it has the function of to be a scrub, okay, to your body. You want to put some flowers, okay, but the flowers must be dried flowers, okay. You cannot use fresh flowers, okay. So anything that you want to put, you put it during this time. You want to put the fragrance oil, this is the moment. And then you want to put, what else? Color also, this is the moment, okay. So if you want to make sure that you can have more time, okay, wait until you produce light traces only, okay, light traces, okay. So these are the things that you might want to do, okay. You might need fragrance oil, or you might need essential oil. You might need the color, okay. You can have natural color if you can get it from the plant, all right. maybe you want to use a pandan, okay, also can. All right, so the types of color that you can use here is called mica, mica color, all right. So this is a minerals color, right? So if you don't have any container, which is something like these types of container, okay, take a look, silicone container. So you can use any container, but wrap it with the kertas minyak ke, something like that. Or you can use any container, milk container, recycle container. Okay, doesn't matter. All right. So to decorate your soap, you can use anything. You can use this bubble plastic. All right. Or you can just play around with the with the soap that you have made using forks and spoon. Play around so that you can produce certain shape. This is like having marble cake. Okay. All right. So once you put everything in the mold, all right, wait for about 24 to 48 hours before you take out the soap. Okay, you have to take out the soap after 24 to 48 hours. If the soap is very soft, then leave it first for about 48 hours. Okay, then take it out and it directly cut. Remove from the mold and then slice the bar. Okay, so if you don't slice during 48 hours, the soap will become harder. Okay, it's very hard to cut. All right, then after you cut, you place it on the certain clean place. Okay, make sure that you can have airflow to dry the soap. Okay, and maybe you would like to cover it with what soft or what soft tissue. Okay, but tissue is not really good. Okay, you have to put on something like trays. Okay, and then leave it there. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to cure. Okay, this is the moment where your soap will become solidified and all the sodium hydroxide will be used and transformed into your soap. Okay, so we don't want to rub our skin with sodium hydroxide. So make sure that you cure it for about 4 to 6 weeks before you can use it. Okay, all right. Then the next job for you to do is to make sure that you decorate and it is ready for you to do the presentation. Okay, all right, thank you very much. That's all for today. Bye. Assalamualaikum.